Good day, everybody. Chris Herline here of REAP Financial. Hope this finds you well. Coming to you with today's Wealth Report. It is November 1st, 2024. Next week, November 5th, Tuesday, is Election Day. Most of the polling out there is showing that this race is incredibly tight, and regardless of what side of the political spectrum you're on, many people may be feeling anxious about who's going to win and how it could impact your investments. What we want our investors to be prepared for next week is volatility. Historically, whether it's the red party or the blue party, people are going to wake up and realize that potentially their candidate didn't win. And that generates angst in the market and increased volatility. But as I've mentioned this year, historically, election years have been well more positive than negative. And so this is why so many families entrust us to help keep them grounded, to help make rational decision-making over emotional reactions, especially in response to political events. I think back to 2016, and there was a prime example of emotion-driven volatility. And I remember election night, KXAN, News Channel 36 here in Austin, which we've been partnered with for nearly 10 years now. They called me up about 11 o'clock at night and said, "We need you to get in here tomorrow morning, 6 a.m., to try to bring some calm to what we believe our viewers are going to be experiencing." And following that election result, the markets fell 800 points in a single trading day, all based on emotion. And what we know is that volatility is typical around these election dates, but generally doesn't impact the mid and long-term performance of the markets. Let me play you a quick clip of this broadcast that I was featured on back in 2016 to give you a little perspective of what was going on.
Financial markets around the world took a nosedive as it's apparent that Donald Trump would be the next president of the United States. The Dow futures plunged more than 800 points. At one point, they've since rebounded a bit from then. Chris Herline from REAP Financial is here to help us sort out how all of this is going to play out. Good morning. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning.
Bottom line, is the sky falling?
The sky is not falling.
Okay.
Emotions are falling. Let's put it that way. I want us to focus on the silver lining here. There is a silver lining in all of this.
Which is what?
Which is that finally you can take control of something that we can control. The markets are going to open here shortly. We don't know what's going to happen, right? We have no control of that, but we can control how much risk we have. Do not make knee-jerk decisions. A lot of what we're going to see today is emotions. Do not let these emotions drive your investment decisions. Now, interest rates, that's a whole nother game, and that's going to drive the markets today.
And what are we thinking is going to happen with the interest rates?
Well, I think interest rates are at historical lows, and that's why the market has been buoyant up to this point. If anything, this may be a buying opportunity at the end of the day. But interest rates are going to be risen very slowly. Remember, folks, the Fed promised us 4 interest rate increases this year. We haven't seen a single one. Mm-hmm. That's why the market's staying buoyant. And I think that's going to continue into next year.
So, okay, let's talk about then, why did the markets react the way they did? Traditionally, you would think Republican president gets elected. The markets are going to be happy about that, but the exact opposite is what happened.
I know. Well, historically, we see whether it's the red or the blue party, the markets react, and it's because there's concern about the fact that our party may have not won. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, if you look at it, historically, once the dust settles, presidents do not drive the market at the end of the day. The party does not drive. And we've always seen a historical 6% market increase, relief rally, once the dust settles.
So is this just a blip then, in your opinion? Will we be rebounding from this?
I truly believe this is a blip. And trust me, the markets are on an 8-year bull run. We are long overdue for a market correction. Do not get me wrong on that. But what we're seeing right now is purely emotion, and I want you to take control of your emotions.
So if we see a correction, it might not necessarily be Trump induced. It might just be.
I truly believe it's baked in. It's emotionally induced at the end of the day.
All right, Chris Herline, thank you so much. We appreciate your expertise.
Thank you.
So since November 2016, the S&P 500 is up over 167%. And since 2016, we've had Republican Party in the office and we've had the Democratic Party in the office. So bear in mind that we're being vigilant, we're keeping a close eye on things, stay grounded, be sure and get out and vote if you haven't yet. And if you have any questions and concerns heading into next week, never hesitate to reach out to your advisor and our wonderful REAP Financial team. As always, we thank you for your confidence. I wish you a wonderful weekend and all the best to you and your family.